Coming up, experts advise the community to make heart-healthier choices during American Heart Month. Plus, UTRGV women in STEM are breaking stereotypes and encourage more to join the field. Details ahead. And challenges of dating for Gen Z. How dating apps are addressing the problem. KVAQ-TV starts now. Hey vaqueros, welcome back. This is the 5th spring edition of KVAQ-TV. Live from the studio, I'm Monica Chavez. Today is Monday, February 12th, and at the top of the newscast, American Heart Month is not just about watching your chocolate intake for February. Experts say residents should rethink traditional meals and embrace heart-healthy choices. Julia Guerrero has more with the story.
Health professionals say now is the time to take note of the habits that can lead to negative cardiovascular health, and adding positive changes to the portions we eat can help reduce the risk of heart problems. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, about 1 person dies every 33 seconds from heart disease, making it the #1 leading cause of death in the U.S. Daily food choices significantly impact heart health, and here in the Valley, where unhealthy food is deeply part of the culture, alternatives may be less appealing. Registered dietitian nutritionist Rachel Villarreal says the traditional Hispanic diet is actually a good diet, but has been muddled over time by westernized thinking.
Right, so we tend as a country to eat more meat. We eat more saturated fat, we eat a lot of salt. We start combining those things with our traditional diet, and that's where we kind of go awry.
Villarreal says the traditional Hispanic diet consists of beans that have a lot of fiber and vegetables such as tomatoes, onions, and bell peppers.
We have all of these great foods in the Valley, but sometimes we kind of get away from them because we've kind of westernized eating.
According to the American Heart Association, 2.5 servings of vegetables is the portion recommended for an average adult based on a 2,000-calorie diet. Changing eating habits is not the only way to improve heart health. Director of Student Health and Wellness Cristel Escolona says exercising daily makes an even bigger impact on our heart.
I'm going to make sure and try to get exercise, every single day for at least 30 minutes. And all of these things lead to long-term good cardiac health.
Escolona recommends annual checkups to get a head start on a healthier heart. Students and employees can visit the UT Health Clinics on the Brownsville and Edinburgh campus. Live in the studio, Julia Guerrero.
As birdwatching becomes more popular, so does the number of visitors to the Rio Grande Valley from all across the country, promoting natural conservation efforts at the same time. Here's my story. At certain times of the year, exotic birds such as the fantail warbler can be spotted here at the Brownsville campus, and that is why it is a favorite site for bird watchers.
Many birders, they come here because this is such a wonderful place for birding.
Assistant professor in the School of Integrative Biological and Chemical Sciences, Andrea Contina, says birdwatching is one of the fastest growing industries in the world, having a massive impact in a region's economy. Contina teaches a class called Subtropical Ornithology, where they research the breeding ecology of birds, essentially nesting behaviors and reproduction. Contina explains eBird as a global database, where bird enthusiasts can contribute their bird observations to the population trends analysis.
They take great observations and then enter their observations in this publicly available database. And so my students download the data, but my students also enter their own observations.
Community Outreach Coordinator for Audubon, Texas, Yvette Stewart, says the organization was established in 1923 and is the state branch of the National Audubon Society. They work to conserve and restore natural ecosystems with a focus on birds.
In the Valley, we do own the Sable Palm Sanctuary. It's currently operated by the Gorgas Science Foundation, but we're trying to protect that remnant habitat of the sable palms. So that's a really unique habitat. And green jays love it, chachalakas love it, white-tipped doves love it.
Stewart says birdwatching is not only good for conservation efforts, but also good for humans overall.
But they also keep our mental, like cognitive abilities. If we're getting older and you're an older bird watcher, it can help keep like your synapses firing.
For more information about birding in Texas, visit tx.audubon.org. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Monica Chavez. February 11 marks the 9th Annual International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Here at UTRGV, some STEM role models are paving the way to encourage more women to join STEM. Andrea, let's get to the story.
A computer science professor addresses the stereotype in the U.S. that leads to a gender gap across STEM fields, and others discuss ways to widen STEM for women. According to the National Science Foundation, the characteristics of the STEM workforce in 2011 and 2021 increased from 32% female to 35%. Assistant professor for the Computer Science Department, Marcia Ayati, says she never thought being a woman in STEM was special. Ayati says her computer science class in Iran was 50% female and 50% male. When she came to the U.S., she had the realization she was one of the few STEM women. She says most of the time her female students are the ones with the best codes in class, but they do not participate as often as her male students due to stereotypes.
I'm sure I have not ever seen any female who is not capable to do any STEM. Never, ever in my whole career.
Associate Dean for the College of Sciences and founding director of the Center of Excellence in STEM Education, Cristina Villalobos, says she is the only woman in certain committees.
You know, when you have a diversity in committees, ideas come up. You know, new ideas come up, new perspectives are brought in.
Villalobos teaches calculus classes and says that given an estimate, only 5 out of 40 students are female. She says the Center of Excellence in STEM Education holds panels where they focus on the inclusion of women and speakers with different racial and ethnic backgrounds to make sure students can identify with the individuals. Mechanical Engineering Senior Ofelia Gomez is the president for the Society of Women Engineers at UTRGV. Gomez says one of the struggles she has encountered in her major is a lack of belonging.
Because most of the students are men and guys, so it was a little difficult to make friends and feel like I was actually in the right major.
Ayati advises women to not let discouragement veer them away from becoming successful in STEM. Students can find out more about the Society of Women Engineers through B-Link. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Andrea Flores.
UTRGV Athletics revealed the football team's first roster on National Signing Day last Wednesday. Head football coach Travis Bush announced the recruitment of 41 athletes from all across Texas, including 6 athletes from the RGV. This takes the team's roster to 51 vaqueros, including the 10 recruited in December. Bush explains some of the factors that went into signing the athletes.
When they come in, they don't have upperclassmen to learn from. You know, they don't have juniors and seniors to show them around and teach them the culture. So we really made a point in this class to really look for those leaders, look for those mature guys. We need those type of guys that could set the foundation.
The Vaqueros will start practicing in the fall to prepare for their first season of NCAA Division I competition in 2025. Bush says they expect to add more athletes in the coming weeks and will host tryouts for enrolled UTRGV students in August. With the increase in accessibility on dating apps and social media, dating should be easier than ever. But is it? Reporter Dathan Treviño explored Gen Z dating in the modern day.
A report from dating app Hinge reveals over 56% of the app's Gen Z users have stopped pursuing a relationship due to fear of rejection.
In Texas, I know for sure that a lot of people are scared to get out there. They're afraid of either getting ghosted or catfished.
In the same report, Hinge states 57% of its Gen Z users admit to holding back their feelings in fear of being a turnoff. Marketing freshman Natalie Munoz says she feels the new generation lacks commitment.
Situationships is the new word. It's like all the people have a situationship where you're not dating, but you're doing something with the other person. So it's like not formal.
Why the lack of commitment? Couples counselor Jessica Hope Murph says she has seen social media cause distrust in relationships.
One or both of them will go and start looking through social media, start looking through history. It just causes so much insecurity, within the relationship.
One dating app company in Texas is doing its best to combat Gen Z's issues with dating. Meet Texas Ambassador Shirley Escobedo says the company holds many face-to-face events to have potential daters meet in person first.
When you reserve like a spot for an event based on the location, either McAllen or all over the valley, you go there and you get to speed date people.
Hinge says it is encouraging Gen Z to build their rejection resilience by laying their intentions out from the get-go. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Dathan Tervino.
Thank you, Dathan, and thank you for joining us. Make sure to watch us Monday through Friday on VCast monitors and social media. For KVAQ-TV, I'm Monica Chavez. Have a great week, vaqueros!